YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to another FS25 live stream. You caught me right in the middle of taking a look at the mod menu right here. Just trying to get an idea of what is currently new out here in the FS25. Been talking about it a little bit in the previous live streams right now. I don't want to say that it's a negative thing, but at the same point I kind of feel like we have a fair amount of mods, I will say, for FS22 or FS25, excuse me, FS25. But at the same point, I really feel like it's just kind of taking its time. Like, I get it, the game's still brand new, I should probably be a little bit more patient with the process here, but there have been 3 new mods added to the gameplay section. Fertilize Once, Dynamic Lowering, and Realistic Refueling look like the 3 newest ones. I've taken a look at the Fertilize Once. Basically does exactly, once again, this is exactly what it sounds like it does. It provides a double application rate option for fertilizer and enables it by default. Also removes the speed penalty that is otherwise applied during double application. Not sure what the speed penalty would be. Not really sure what they're meaning by that. But nonetheless, that is Fertilize Once. Dynamic Lowering. This seems kind of unique. Mod allows the implements with which it is associated a dynamic lowering into the soil once lowered into the work phase. Compatible mods: Akrama Kane 300, the Ermo Levante, and the MGP P series. Not even sure what any of those are. It looks like they're all made by the same modding team. I'm assuming these are pieces of equipment, whether they're plows, cultivators, something. They get looks like possibly some cultivators. All right, Ranch Sim again. You know it, man. You know it. Then we have a Realistic Refueling is one of the also newer mods that's been released. Mod slows down gas station to a flow rate of 135 liters or 35.66 gallons per minute. This is an average value for truck fuel dispensers in Germany. So if you're looking just to add that little bit of realism to your gameplay, you can also do some realistic refueling. Other than that, that's really it. We got no new maps, no nothing yet. Now, what I would be curious to see is if console players, do they have more or less mods available? I think the console players. I think the console players actually have maybe another map that they can select from currently at this point, if I remember seeing correctly, but I could be wrong. Miss Light, if you can play a map in any real life location, where would you pick? Oh man, that's a good one. That is actually a really good question. You know, I gotta say, in assuming that they're based on real life locations, I'll kind of, well, 2 of them I know for a fact are based on real life locations. If I'm relating it to gameplay, dude, no shot. Are you do you do mods for FS? Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit you up in the Discord for sure. Yo, Gold. When you get a chance, so I know nothing about creating maps or anything like that, man. Drop some stuff in the Discord. I'm gonna have full faith and confidence in whatever you do is like it's safe to utilize and all that kind of good stuff. I'll put some thought into some locations for a map, and definitely will be letting you know. That's awesome, though. That is awesome. So some that I've enjoyed in the past, Frankenmuth Farms was a lot of fun on FS22. Alma, Missouri was really fun on FS22. Alma, Missouri was a blast. And then Bucks County. Bucks County on FS22. I really enjoyed playing Bucks County as well. I also really enjoy just bare, like, no man's land style map. Honestly, man, we could, like, doesn't even necessarily have to be based on a real life location. What was the other map on FS22 that I really liked to play too? Damn it. I'm trying to think of the name of it now. It was like basically a wide open map. Right in the middle of the map, or kind of nearly the middle of the map, there was like an old ranch house area. And the collectibles on the map were gold. I think they were gold nuggets. I can't remember the name of the map, but I'll have the Western Wilds. That's it right there. It just came to me. Western Wilds was another good one. Yep, it had a ranch's name. That was it. Western Wilds. That was the one. That was a fun map as well too. So I think what I end up leaning more towards is kind of like the sandbox maps where I can be creative. I think that's what kind of ended up drawing me to No Man's Land in the long run, is once I learned more of how to play the game and how to like make more, like consistently make money, I guess I should say, No Man's Land became a lot more fun to play because I actually had an idea of what to do. Western Wilds is another great one where you could do kind of your own thing. And then Dark Forest being that same exact way. And I'm just saying, there's a shot tonight we end up over on FS22. If I'm keeping it completely honest with you guys, I don't know that I'm enjoying FS25 too much right now. I think it's just, maybe it's just the game being new and me getting back into the farming simulator stuff here, but FS25, you know, for as much fun and as much as you could do on FS22, I don't feel like FS25 really went any like leaps and bounds ahead of FS22. Could they have? I mean, sure. I think the big thing for me is like, yeah, they've updated some like graphics as far as like textures are concerned, but gameplay wise, things kind of just, I don't want to say it looks cut and paste, but it just kind of looks cut and paste from FS22 with a few things thrown in there that they did a little bit better at. Like the GPS hire AI workers steering guidance thing that's nice. I do really like that. But as far as anything else goes, like I don't dislike the game. I just think right now, like, and it's the typical life cycle for a game. When it first comes out, it's like you have that honeymoon phase where people love the game because finally it's something new. But then they forget that the game that they were playing previous to the new one coming out had been through an extensive life cycle. Lots of updates, some DLC releases. In Farming Sim's case, it had a very full mod hub with a lot of different things to select from. Like, I bet you I could go on to the mod hub right now and look at maps for FS22, and there's been tons of new maps released for FS22, potentially. And you begin to realize, like, okay, this game is like got everything that I could want and then some. And then you get into a game like FS25 where it's new, it's refreshing to see a new farming simulator game, but at the same point in time, you're coming off of a game that had 3 years of updates, 3 years of attention, 3 years of love, 3 years of mods, and now we're in FS25 and it's had 2 months of time. 2 months of time on the shelf compared to a game that's had 3 years. So I guess what the point I'm driving at is, it's the, you know, being a long-time Call of Duty player, we often talk about the Call of Duty like life cycle where like you get a brand new Call of Duty that comes out and everyone's like, oh, finally, like, man, we got this new Call of Duty, it's gonna be so good, it's gonna be so good. We love it for like the first 2 to 3 months that the game is out. And then after that, we completely turn on it and just spit on it. And we're like, this game sucks. I'm going to go back to the previous version of the game because it's so much better. And what we kind of forget is like that previous game too, when it first came out, like, man, it wasn't where we wanted it to be. Probably. It took some time for that game to get to where it is now. And this new game is going to do the same exact thing. It's just going to take some time to get it there is the point. I know like 4 months from now, I'm going to be jumping on FS25 and I'm going to be like, man, this is awesome. This is awesome. They're doing so good with this game. But I fired up FS22 the other night after the live stream just to make sure like I still had like everything there and everything was working, because truthfully I kind of want to jump over to FS22 tonight maybe. And I wasn't blown away. Like in the little bit of time that I put into FS25, going back over to FS22, I'm like, it feels like the same game. It looks like, kind of looks like the same game. I jumped into some old maps that I had going on, and I was just like, one, it was very nostalgic. It was very fun to see some of the things that I've done. But yeah, I don't know. To be fair though, we got to give FS25 more time. That's the only fair thing to do here. It is just getting started. And I do believe, truthfully, that in a couple months, there's going to be the mod market, or the mod hub is going to be more robust. There's going to be more downloadable content. I don't even know if anyone does, feel free to let me know in the chat, but I don't even know, like, when does the stuff from like the year one pass start to really drop? Like, I don't know when they normally start to release that kind of stuff throughout Farming Sim's life cycle. But the other thing we might do too is go check out the other maps. So this map here has got to be obviously the North American map, and I'm assuming the Huntai Plantation or something like that, whatever the other map is that's in this game. That just goes to show how much I really truly have not played this game yet. I'm assuming that's more of a European based map, so maybe what we'll do is we'll I know I'm just now loading into this one, but let's jump over to the other map real quick, just real quick. Maybe we see something over there that intrigues us a little bit. Yeah, it's still early. Yeah, exactly, Gold. It is. Zilanka, so that's another map that I didn't give much time to in FS22. So let's go. We have, yeah, the Hutan Pantai. This actually is like an Asian-based map. It's not bad. Yeah, Zilanka. Zilanka was another good one. I mean, I really like the way Zilanka looked. Let's jump in here real quick. We'll kind of leave everything as is. Go in here, get ourselves a vehicle, and we'll kind of just zip around the map real quick. Check it out. See if we, now, the thing that would be fun about playing this map is kind of learning how to do, like, the rice crop and all that. That would be fun, because that's brand new. And I think don't you have to like do rice fields on like water beds, kind of like plant them like on or near rivers, or can you just do rice fields wherever? Yes, I am familiar with the basics of the game, but I forgot to turn the tips off. You can make your own. Well, that's good. All right, first things first. Let's take a look at the overview of the map here and see what we're kind of working with. So everything for the most. Now hold tight. Hang on. Hold on. Is this like forestry? Oh, it's very small portions. Uh-oh. This map might be speaking to me. If it's got a little bit of forestry on it, where we can do some logging. And And gold, you're asking about if we can see where the grapes are. Let me see if I can figure out. Oh, bad trees, no pines. Yeah, never mind then. Are there grape fields on here? Tell you what, let's make this a little bit easier on ourselves. All right, let's take a top-down view. So I really like the port over here. That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Everything's kind of... I like how all the fields are kind of like right in the center of the map, though. That's not bad. Yeah, oh, and a lot of these forestry type areas are up on top of like hilltops, switchback roads. Yeah, that would be tough. That would be tough to do a lot of logging on. This isn't too bad, though. I mean, all the fields are centrally located in the middle of the map. Does look like we have some sort of train system that we could probably utilize in game for selling off certain crops. The fields are actually pretty decent sized. I mean, they're not a couple different smaller ones in there. See, what I would have liked though is to see like maybe somewhere more so down in here, like in like a market area where you could actually do some selling, like within the city limits. It looks like there's a few different items that are kind of on the outskirts here. Looks like we might have some sort of little, like, yep, little bakery there. Now the port looks like we can do something with the grain silo systems over here. That doesn't look too bad. I'm impressed with the fields. I like the fields. Couple different options right away that I see here is like taking this sliver of a field and just combining it with this larger field here just to make one large field, which I'm a fan of doing. Most of the time when I see setups like that, I just think to myself, what's the point? And let's just combine them together. Let's see if we can find our way back over to the starting farm. See what all stuff that we have that we're going to start with. Looks like maybe a biogas down here, possibly. Maybe just a grain silo. Now, where is our starting farm? We were all the way back down here in this corner. All right, so we're kind of flying in the right direction. And then go to where add grapes. That's where you'll find the rice field maker. Oh, okay. All right. Starting farm is pretty tiny. Pretty tiny. But I will say this. Does have some potential for expansion. A little bit of potential for expansion, I should say. Not a whole lot. Not a bad setup, though. Not horrible. Not great, but not mind-blowing by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, all right. Let's go see if we can locate... Oh, let's see here. I think it's under... Maybe it's under construction. Yeah, cultivation right there. Oh, yep, rice field. Rice is grown in rice fields, which can be flooded with water. That's something that I've not seen yet in this game, is like the weather damage that you can take. Okay. All right. All right, so what field do we have down here? What fields, I guess, do we start with? Obviously, the one across the street. Looks like a small field here that doesn't have anything in it. Don't think this field has anything in it. Nope. This field here. Ah, rice field. There it is. Actually looks like we might have two of them. Oh, that's kind of slick, though. I do like that. And a rice field there as well. Now, what do you use to harvest rice? I guess would be my next question. I hope I'm just not overthinking this. Do the typical grain headers do it? That to me kind of looks like that might be the rice icon. That might be the rice icon. Let's see what we have. I feel like I'm looking right at it. Yep. Rice. Rice and long grain rice. So just a regular harvester. Okay. Let's go check out Zilanka. Maybe we'll do some work on Zilanka tonight. But I do kind of want to get back into Riverbend. Continue trying to make a little bit of money. Guided intro, no. Zilanka is going to feel familiar because we've already seen this in FS22, but I don't know if they've changed anything from FS22 to FS25 in Zilanka. Like I said, maybe they used FS25 as kind of like a like, let's throw it out there, let's see what feedback we get, knowing that they were going to put it in FS25, and then maybe they made some updates. Do we think that that's what they really did? Probably not. And it does look like the Mod Hub is bringing back the mods and testing list. Not fully, but it is bringing it back in its own way. All right. Let's get ourselves a little bit of flight mode here. Matter of fact, before we even do that, I'll just look at the map, and I'll be able to tell just by looking at the map if this is any different from FS22. It's not. It's the exact same map. All the fields kind of stacked up and lined up like this. Yes, sir. It's the same. It is the same. Nonetheless, though, yep, same starting farm. I remember starting over here. We should have a barn back here. Yep. Yep. Barn over here. Our house. All right, let's take a look. Yep, combine harvester still stayed down by the wheat field. Yep, this is exactly the same setup as FS22, because I think we ended up buying all of these fields right here, and this was, I think this one right here, one of these fields in FS22 I ended up doing I want to say carrots maybe, and that's when I found out what the nightmare is that is harvesting carrots. But yeah, Zilanka, gorgeous looking map, we'll say that. I will say that. It's very nice looking. And I like the starting farm area because we really do have a little bit of room to expand out. Not bad whatsoever. We'll eventually have to get into Zilanka a little bit. All right, we're going to jump back into our Riverbend playthrough here. All right, so it is nice, bright, and early in the morning here at Riverbend. All right, so we left off. We purchased the middle field. We threw some lime down. We're good to go there. Now we just got to kind of think of some ways that we're going to make some money, which I think we all know the answer to. I think we know how we're making money. We just got to keep doing some contracts until we can get enough money to feel comfortable doing some other stuff. And truth be told, oh, you know what, though? I don't think I have enough money to be able to afford leasing. Whoops. What's on sale? That is actually a super good sale. That is a super good sale. Even if we went full power with the engine, 691 horsepower. The articulated steering, I'm a little kind of leery on. But man, even at the base price of $259,000, 539 horsepower, chat. Man, are we really about to take a loan so that we can buy this? I just feel like that is way too good of a sale price to pass up on. Way too good of a sale price to pass up on. It's 53% off. So that means that this normally is going to cost probably about $520,000. Matter of fact, let's just go take a look. Yeah, $545,000 is what that tractor normally costs. We might have to take a loan. Let's do it. Let's take a loan. We will take the loan, and then we are also going to... we're going to stack up here on the loan, no. So we're going to take... Man, I really hate to do this. I just paid my loan off when we first started, but we're going to do it again. All right, so there's enough money to afford the tractor. I think we're going to do... We're going to do $350,000 loan. All right, then we're going to go to the sales page. This is one of the very first times that the sales page has actually been pretty generous to me. Even in FS22, the sales page just hated us. They might as well have charged us double. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to pick this bad boy up. How many hours does it have on it? It's got... Do they even still tell you? It's got 27.3 hours on it. So it's actually still relatively brand new. I mean, that's hardly any time for this tractor. So $256,000, 539 horsepower. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we got to go for it. So let's do that. Then what we're going to do is now we need to start thinking about, we need a seeder. And we're probably also going to need a fertilizer spreader at some point as well, too. Oh, let's see here. Where are our seeders at? Seeders. Looking right at it. Okay, so now that we actually have a powerful tractor, matter of fact, what other tractor do we have and what is its horsepower? We have the Massey Ferguson, and that one is currently at 400 horsepower. So it might be worth getting like a mid-range. That's a 12 meter working width. That's actually clutch. I think we go with the Lemkin. Oh, no. You want to know why? I can't afford any of these anyways. Never mind. Forget that I was even saying anything, chat. 4.6 meter working width, but it does fertilizer and seed at the same time. It does it. Fertilizer distribution unit, yes. For an extra $5 grand. Let's go ahead and purchase it. Let's do it. Burning through our money. Burning through our money that we just took out on loan. But I mean, when you've got this, and you can go ahead and give her a little wiggle in the back, you can't beat that. There we go. These things like turn on a dime. Get a little first. Yeah, these are nice. Looks the same as FS22 on the inside, honestly, as far as the detailing is concerned. I probably... Well, we can do barley. Can we still do wheat? We can still do wheat. I should probably buy... Yep. I didn't think about... Well, no, we have... Never mind. Never mind. Forget what I was just thinking about. I was going to turn around and go back to the farm store and buy seed and fertilizer, but we already have that on the farm. We're fine. And I like that we can use this seeder on both the Massey and the John Deere. Truthfully, I probably don't even really need this big John Deere. But the sale price for it, way too good to pass up on. Let's load this down with some seed so we can go ahead and get our... What's this Massey doing? Move. Get out the way, man. Get out the way. There we go. Oh wow, that thing's got a pretty big hitbox on it. All right. Well, we'll do some solid fertilizer. And then we'll do some seeds. There it is. Ready to rock. And we are officially about to start seeding our first field. Really don't feel like, I feel like 4 headlands is a bit overkill. Just a bit overkill. We'll stick with 1. And here we go. Probably should have done a barley field, if I'm being completely honest. I think barley makes more money than wheat. If you were to sell it as its own crop, I should say. But our plan here is going to be eventually we're going to get the grain mill. Now you guys get the joy of watching me try to back up an articulated steering tractor here. Oh, not bad. Pure precision. Pure precision. Would help if you turned on the... There we go. At least we can get the first crop into the ground before we get too carried away with doing anything else. John Deere does look pretty good, though, I will say that. And I'm slowly adjusting to not having fast farming. Cannot wait for the day that that mod comes out. Let's go ahead and get ourselves turned around. Easy start to the day. Easy start to the day so far. Just get a little bit of seeding done. probably should have went with a slightly larger seeder. I mean, we could have just went to the bank and taken more money out. It's not like it really does anything. It's not like it forces us to pay us back or pay it back. It just takes interest over time. We could have used a lot more money, got ourselves a lot more set up. But again, we're trying not to, I mean, not that we're doing a super realistic like survival series, but at the same point, I just don't want to cheese a whole bunch of money into the bank account, buy all the biggest and greatest things, and have it be not that much of a grind to make some money. I should just hire an AI worker to finish this field. And then we can go do some other things. I want to start working on cutting some of them trees down that are over there. Looking good, looking good. Wheat field going in. Small wheat field. Until we can expand, buy more land. I guess the other nice thing too about buying our own fertilizer spreader is we could literally just go and buy up all of the fertilizing contracts and just go do those. And that's also going to make us some easy money. The only downside will be is once we have larger fields, it's going to take that much longer to seed them. Of course, at that point, though, we'll just buy like a 12-meter, 15-meter working width seeder planter. Won't take that long. I think we might sell the barn too in this one. Maybe that's what we'll do this episode too. Is we'll look to we'll kind of look to rebuild the farm a little bit, or maybe we'll just go through that as time permits, or as money permits, I guess I should say. All right, one more pass. Field planted, seeded, ready to roll. First application of fertilizer will already be done. And so I'm very curious to see too, like, I think the other wheat field that was here that didn't have any fertilizer down on it, I think the yield was 37%. So even after one application of, assuming the FS25 is still two-stage application or two-stage fertilization, I'm curious to see what the yield goes up to even after just the first stage of fertilization has been applied. And then I will also kind of give maybe some of the newer players out there an idea of how to tell what level or what stage of application your fields are in as far as fertilization is concerned. Assuming it's the same as FS22, it could be a little bit different, but I highly doubt that they went that far with it. And that's the bonus that you get when you have a seeder that does both seed and fertilize at the same time, is you can kind of get two things done at once. You can get first stage application of fertilization done and your field seeded all at the same time. So we are officially done with that. So now if we jump out, 37% was, I think, the yield off of one of these fields that had 0% fertilization done. Now we are 50% fertilized, 72%. It jumps up 35%. You basically double your yield just by doing one application of fertilization. And now if we go to our map up here, and so we're working in field 4, it's just now been planted with wheat. So if I turn wheat on, that's going to start to show up there. And if we come over here to growth, maybe, nope, soil composition, fertilized. So right here, there's 2 shades of blue. And, well, actually, yeah. Fertilized, so you can see down here, this right here should have 2 stages of fertilization applied to it. If I turn that off, it goes away. Is there any other fields with fertilization in them? Over here. There's your first stage. First stage fertilization, second stage fertilization. So a light blue and then a dark blue. Now, what I'm kind of like confused on is, why does this field say watered? Oh, needs rolling. That's why. These colors right here are almost identical, if not the same color. Why? Why are they the same color? Why would you do that? Maybe I'm missing something, but yeah, I would not have done those the same color. I'm not gonna roll the field. I'm being completely honest. I don't care to roll it. One, it's just a whole lot of work for probably like a 3 to 5% boost to my yield percentage. And then by the time we did the second stage fertilization, my yield is going to be around like 98 to 99%, which, yeah, that's great. But right now, if I do, we make it into the month of November and I do second stage fertilization on this field, I'm willing to bet it's going to take my yield bonus up to probably anywhere from 95 to 97%. I really just don't feel like rolling is something that adds a ton of benefit. I understand why, like in real life, it's a positive thing to roll your fields. It just kind of helps to get that seed into the soil, creates a nice seed bed. But as far as the game's concerned, I'm probably just not going to do that. I think we're going to try, our seeder should fit in there. I think we can go ahead and probably get that in there. Now, can you still change the seed type? Sure can. Perfect. All right, let's see if we can get this in here with no real issues. Actually, though, I see the issue. She's too big. She's too big. All right, we'll put it over here then. Maybe. Man, Might not even fit in here. Oh, easy. We got that. Okay. And we might as well do the responsible thing and maybe start trying to park our tractors a little bit so that they are not just hanging out outside. All right, contract-wise, let's see what we got available to us. How many fertilizing contracts do we have? All right, we know about the wood transport. We know that we can kind of, we can cheat those a little bit. We got a handful of harvesting contracts out there. $3,100 with a $780 leasing cost, so you're only going to make about $2,300 off of that one. So harvesting contracts, probably not exactly where I want to go right now. Fertilizing contracts, no thanks. Literally, one of them is the field right next to us. Cultivating contract. Field 91 is probably the only one that's actually kind of worth the time to actually go and do. And then we have baling contracts, which truthfully, the baling contracts are not that bad. They're really not that bad. We could probably knock out a couple baling contracts and then move into some of the wood transport contracts, get ourselves a little bit of money built back up. The bale wrapping, no. Oh my God, I swore I was not going to do a bale wrapping contract, but maybe it's what we do. Plus, Katie looks very friendly. All right, we'll do field 37. We'll bale field 37. Unfortunately, though, we have to borrow all of those. So we're going to pay a little bit of money for it. Man, this cultivating contract doesn't sound half bad. Too bad you can't hire AI workers to do contract work anymore. Found that out the other night. This game definitely makes you earn it more than FS22 did. I will say that. This game wants you to do the work. All right, let me see if I can remember how to get to the farm store. Sure can. I think we're going to be going, take a right here. And just across the bridge should be the farm store. We'll pick up the baler. We'll head up to, it's field 37. Yep, field 37, all the way up at the top. We can probably, we'll take the ferry over there. Cut down on our commute time just a little bit. Got it. All right. Wait a second. Okay, no, it's over there. Never mind. I thought the ferry was like just gone. When I initially looked across the other side, I'm like, wait, there's no boat there. Who is gonna come pick us up? Yeah, it's on its way. Come on, open the gate. Come on. There we go. Alright, here we go. Like, I wonder if there's like an in-game weight restriction for this ferry. Like, if we just brought it on here with like a whole bunch of different equipment, would it actually tell us that it can't move? Imagine. Park like 3 different tractors on here, get a semi-trailer on here. I like how the game locks you in place too. It does not let you drive until that gate goes up. All right, field 37. Let's just go this way. I get the feeling like our 500 and something horsepower tractor is struggling to go up these hills. No, see, bro, no. This is not how this works. This isn't how this works. Get out of my way. Like, what are we doing, man? Come on. Move that thing. No, pardon me, sir. No, I'll just work around you. Clearly, I have all the agility in the world with this big-ass thing. Yeah, Loki, I just need to turn traffic off. That's what I really need to do. All right, let's see where we at from here. We need to go left. Perfect. And we'll just cut right through here. We'll shortcut. Oh, yeah, perfect. First need to... Yep, never mind. Always forget. These baling contracts don't take that long because one, this baler just automatically dispenses, so we don't even have to worry about stopping. So that's why this one's not horrible to do. It's not going to take us too much time. We'll lock in the cruise control. Not too shabby. Easy way to make 5 grand. One thing I'll definitely say, though, about Farming Simulator, just in general, it's a super easy game to just sit back and play. Stress-free. I'm not getting frustrated with anything other than AI workers and other drivers. And I've said this before in previous videos that I've made on FS22, but there's no wrong way to play this game. There's really no wrong way to play it. I think that that is one thing that is so unique about Farming Simulator is if you want to engulf yourself in field work, you can absolutely do that. Like if you want to plow fields, plant fields, manage fields, harvest fields, and then rinse and repeat the cycle, you can do that. If you want to manage livestock and work with animals in this game and do a little bit of farming, you can absolutely do that. If you want to have like the farming empire of empires, you can do that by getting into productions, still having your fields around the farm. But there really is just no wrong way to play the game. And that's the biggest thing. I've said it many a times in FS22, and I'll say it about FS25. I think that is the big draw to this game, is like there's no wrong way to play. It can be frustrating getting started, especially if you're someone who's trying to figure out like how to make money in this game. That's the one thing that I will say. I feel like the majority of new players to Farming Simulator, that's probably one of the bigger frustrations, is just like, how do you make enough money to afford the things that are in game, such as tractors, right? This one being on sale, obviously got a little bit of a deal on that, but if I was looking to buy this exact tractor any other time of the day, it's $565,000, and I clearly do not have $565,000 in the bank. So how do I get $565,000? And then how do I feel comfortable with spending that? And it's learning that you're not going to make tons of money in this game by just planting and harvesting fields. If that is how you're trying to make money, it's going to take you a very, very long time. The key to making money in Farming Simulator is productions. That is the key to making money in this game. If you can get into productions and then start like turning your wheat into flour and then turning your flour into bread, you are going to capitalize in such a big way in this game, because flour sells for more money than wheat does. Bread sells for more money than flour does. And if you can get to making bread, you're home free. And I'm not saying like bread's like the big thing that's going to make you a lot of money, but it's utilizing the productions to get to that point. So if you want to make flour, you got to buy the grain mill. Then once you have enough flour stocked up, you can sell it for the first couple runs just to make yourself some of that extra money. But eventually you're going to want to make more money. So now it's time to start taking that flour and converting it to bread. So then you need to find and buy the bakery. Once you buy the bakery, like, you're in. You're going to start making bread. You're going to be able to take the flour from your grain mill straight over to the bakery, start cranking out some bread. And then you're literally just you're going to make a ton of money. And I'll show you guys the price fluctuations just in here in a moment. And you'll be able to see for yourselves just the price difference alone between wheat, flour, and bread. It's the same thing with like sunflower fields. Sunflowers, you can make a decent amount of money off just harvesting sunflowers and selling them. But man, if you really want to get into the cash flow, sunflower oil. Sunflower oil is where it's at. If you have cotton fields, you want to take those cotton bales to a spinnery, and you want to have fabric made. And then you want to take the fabric to a tailor shop, and you want to have clothing made. If you're making clothing in Farming Simulator, you're making, at least in FS22, depending on what your economy difficulty was set to, you can make almost $10,000 per 1,000 liters of clothing. It was nuts. So if you got a good handful of pallets of clothing at a certain point in time and you go and sell all that stuff, you're looking at making 50, 60, 70 plus $1,000. Now, the thing that comes with productions, though, is you got to keep them fed. You got to keep stuff going into them if you are expecting to continue to receive an output from that production point. So this is where I say, like, sometimes it's really nice to buy small fields just to get started with something, just to have some crop that you can plant, maybe sell off here and there, maybe start to store it up a little bit. And then when you buy the grain mill, you can take all of that stuff over to your grain mill and you can put all that wheat into that grain mill. But if that small field is not large, is not producing enough yield to keep that grain mill running, what will eventually happen is you're going to run out of wheat and you're going to stop producing flour. And then you're going to get stuck in this cycle where you have to wait to harvest your wheat field again, take that yield over to the grain mill, get that process started again, and then by the time you advance to the next in-game month, you're going to be out of wheat, you're going to stop producing flour. So it's one of those things where maybe you spend like the first year of the game harvesting some crop, getting your storage built up, earn some money through maybe working with some greenhouses, maybe doing contract work. And then once you purchase a production point, say at this point now, maybe you have 60, 70,000 liters of wheat stored up on the farm, which still, you're going to go through that pretty quickly at a grain mill. But it's at least a good start. And then hopefully you'll be harvesting your wheat field again relatively soon and you can replenish your stock. All of that to say, production points are the key to making money in this game. The absolute key. You cannot make enough money just off farming alone. Farming is just the necessary activity in order to support your productions. This game should really be called Production Simulator 25. Because you don't make enough money off farming in this game. And as you can see, you don't make a lot of money off contracts either. Sounds good, Gold. Yeah, we'll still be on. We'll be live for a few hours tonight. Those of you out there watching the stream, hey, if you're enjoying it, we live stream a couple times throughout the week. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. We do offer channel memberships as a way to support the channel additionally. Love to have you as a channel member. Love to have you as a subscriber. Love to just have you in the community, period. We have a Discord where everybody gets together. You can post pictures of your farm. If you're new to the game or if you're a veteran of farming sim, we welcome all experience levels. You got questions on how to play, how to get started, what really to do, you can feel free to post in the Discord. Got a lot of great members in there with a lot of experience in Farming Simulator. They'll be sure to get you helped out, give you some tips and tricks. All right, last passage here on the field for the baling contract, and we'll be able to go ahead and wrap this up, get this completed and done. Make a little bit of extra money for ourselves here as we get the month of October started on Riverbend. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. The tire tracks. Tire tracks in this game in field are just awesome, especially when it rains. When it rains, man, it takes those tire tracks to a whole different level. Even the mud that accumulates on your wheels, or in this case, on your tracks, looks completely different. All right, we are done. Another thing I've noticed too is FS25 so far nearly makes you, like, used to be on FS22 when you did contract work, you could complete a contract without really having to do the whole entire field, right? So if you're doing a fertilizing contract, you didn't have to fertilize the entire field. You had to fertilize the majority of it, but there was some area that you'd hit 100% completion before you got to the end of the field, is what I'm trying to say. FS25 so far, from what I can tell, it makes you do all of the work before you get to 100%, which makes sense, right? As it should. But just something that I've noticed that is different in FS25 from FS22 for sure. All right, so $8 grand. We actually made $8 grand for that contract. That's not bad. Not bad at all. All we had to do was drive around and pick stuff up. So we're going to go ahead and collect on that. That's another $8,000 in our pocket. Bale wrapping, though, I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it so badly. I think what we're going to do is... we got a spraying contract. $780 to borrow the equipment, and it's a spraying contract. Yeah, sure. Why not? We'll do that one. That's kind of easy money. And I think the rest of it's just going to be transporting wood. Seriously, I think this is what we're going to do, just to put some money back into our bank account. Let's get the spraying contract done first, though. Look at this thing. I can't believe some of the stuff that they let us drive on this game. It's like it's got wings. Little bit of herbicide. And then where do we got to go? Back up towards the top of the map, I thought. Yeah, field 24. I think we're going to bypass the ferry this time. And instead, we're just going to kind of take the long way around here. We need to go back across the river. Cut through the old Gasket parking lot. Gasket gas station. Just sounds like a stab and grab. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, yep, we're on the right road for field 24, which should be just on the other side. I'm sure the farmer that owns this field won't mind if we just drive through it. Imagine, though, if you could, like, destroy crops in other people's fields and then the game made you pay for it. Okay. There we go. So that's a little bit different in FS25. So the weeds don't automatically die once you hit them with herbicide like they did in FS22. Okay, that's unique. It's different. Don't hit that tree. Of course we hit that tree. I missed the see and spray from Precision Farming in FS22, where it would only spray active weeds. So I just miss Precision Farming. I talk about it in every single stream. That and the work speed limit override stuff. Precision Farming was just so much fun. It's one of the biggest things I miss from FS22. Which is why I'm actually like kind of excited to maybe fire up FS22 again. Whether we do it tonight or we do it in the next live stream, we're going to end up back on FS22 at some point. Relive the glory days. Go back to where the channel first started. Farming Simulator 22. When I was just messing around trying to figure out a way to play this game to where I could make money and enjoy myself. Started making videos, started doing live streams, built the community that we have today. Love it. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. Why is our completion percentage not going up? I don't understand. I'm on field 24. There's no way. There's no way. The field is withered. Bro, why are you wasting your money spraying this field? Just plow the field in. Like, what are you gonna do with this? Just plow the field. And why aren't we making any money off spraying this field? We're making zero progress. Is this contract just not... Can you not do this contract? So we've done an entire circle around this field with the herbicide. And we're at 0% completion. I'm starting to think this is bugged out. And again, I don't know why we're spraying herbicide in a withered field. Plow the field. Okay, yeah, we're done with this contract. We're just going to abandon this. We still made $2,200 off of it though. Wait, did we just find a way? Hold on. Don't do it with such an expensive contract. In case I do decide to come back and do that baling contract. Let's go cultivating. Let's go field 10. It's only $1,000. 780 bucks. Let's borrow items. Let's cancel the contract. Oh, okay, no, you lose money. So I must have been completing the contract then, because somehow, some way, I still earned money on that one. Okay. That was really strange, though, how none of our... Like, now it shows that the weeds are dead. Of course, well, we canceled the contract. Of course, it's going to show that the weeds are dead now. Well, we need to lease some equipment because we're going to go do a wood transport contract next. And you already all know how that's going to go down. let's see. Quickest way for us to make it back to the farm probably would be just to take the ferry again, if I'm being completely honest. We want to go, yep, we want to go this way. Do we think there's an invisible barrier here? There 100% is not an invisible barrier there. I mean, is it bad that I'm like tempted to just drive this into the water? Oh, the barge is going by. Well, look at that. Other ships are crossing. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, it kind of gives me an idea, though. We'll get on the barge. Oh, I don't think you can. You can't. It just moves without you. I mean, I guess you could stay on it. Okay, fine. If you don't want me to go with you, I won't go. But I would like for you to hurry up and please get out of my way. I have got work to do. Well, while the barge passes, let's go ahead and take a look at the store page, because there's some things that we're going to need. So it's a cheaty method. I got that. I will acknowledge that right up front, that it is a very cheaty method. But what we're going to do for the wood transport contract, we're going to lease this Mack truck right here. Don't care to change anything on it. Don't need to change anything. $4,000. Boom, done. All right, next thing that we need is down with our forestry equipment, wood transport, we need some auto load. So I think we can go ahead and get away with just using the 12 meter. We're going to go ahead and lease that as well for about 65, close to maybe $7,000. We've leased all this contract. We've leased the truck in the trailer, I should say. And then we're going to go make probably around $20,000, $25,000 worth of money off contract, just transporting wood to and from certain locations. Now, it's a super cheesy method. The equipment that they give you to do the wood transport contracts is like an actual truck that has a loader, like a loading crane on it. I'm not that good at it. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I don't mind doing some realistic stuff, but let's be honest, I'm not looking to do the whole thing. You guys don't want to see me sit here and fumble around with that crane again either, by any stretch of the imagination. The other night, chat was having its way with me on operating that crane as I was trying to load up this truck. And away we go. And I love to my knowledge, the ferry does not cost anything to utilize. So that's also a nice added benefit. We're going to pop out right here by the farm store, so I'm not going to take the tractor all the way back to the farm. We are just going to jump into the truck over here, hook up to the trailer, and then we're going to accept every single wood transport contract that we have available to us currently. I'm sure they won't mind if I leave that here for right now. Okay, now that we're hooked up to the trailer, here's what we're gonna do. So 5 grand, I'm just gonna round up for easy math. So 5 grand, 12 grand, and 8 grand. $20,000. What? No, 25. Yeah, so right around $25,000. Perfect. We are just going to accept contract. Scroll on back down. And these repopulate almost immediately after you finish them. Accept contract. I do have the mod installed that allows you to have more than 3 active contracts going at the same time. Greetings to you as well, Mike Smith. How you doing tonight? All right, so there's all of our contract work queued up, ready for us to go. Okay, first, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. First contract. Oh, let's see here. Let's just do let's go over towards field 17 first. We'll collect up all of those. Get those knocked out, done, taken care of. And we should be rolling up on it here shortly. Get out my way, man. Get out my way. Alright, I see him. And this is how simple we make the wood transport contracts right here. Strap those down, done. Now, the nice thing about this is we can do multiple contracts at one time. So realistically, it makes sense for us just to go up by field 20, pick up this other stack of wood that's going to be up there waiting for us, and then complete 2 contracts at once. I dare say we almost even have enough to maybe get 3 of the contracts done at once. I doubt it, but maybe. No, we'll be cutting it too close. We'll just stick to getting these 2 done first, and then we'll do 2 more after this. Bro, this traffic, like, flies around through here. I'm definitely going to turn traffic off here in a little bit. Bro, settle down. Do you see that I don't know what I'm doing? I'm driving sporadically. I'm all over the road. Got pedestrians that just no care in the world right now. No care in the world. There you go, man. Enjoy that tinnitus that you're going to have now from that horn ripping off in your ear. The other nice thing with the wood transport contracts, too, is they all go to the same place. They all go right over to the paper mill. Go straight over to the paper mill so they can start printing the money that we're going to get paid. I feel like this is a much larger stack of wood this time around. And we are not going to be able to get all of this in one trip, I don't think. I think we are at max capacity right here. All right, so paper mill's over by field 55. The bummer is it's such a long drive on these contracts. You literally have to almost circle the whole entire map. And the other thing with wood transport contracts is don't damage the trees. It's $2,000 in penalties. Oh, greetings, mail truck. Nice to see that you stopped. That's it. That's the last I needed to see of that. Where's traffic? Off. Done. All right, once you arrive at the paper mill, pull into the trigger area here, come over here, interact with that, boom, gone. Wait, what? It's the wrong selling station? There's more than one. There's more than one, chat. No. I honestly did not even notice that. Oh, and I bet you money that was the $11,000 contract too. Nope. Okay. The $11,000 one is the one that we're doing up here. Okay. Whew. Okay, but we're still going to make $5,200. Not bad. Let's collect on that. Collect on that just to get that off of our screen. All right. Okay, we're fine. So is the other... How can I tell which one needs to go where then? How is it possible that you can take wood to the wrong paper mill factory? It's a paper... It does the same thing. Does the contract tell you specifically which paper mill it needs to go to? I swear I never noticed that before. Selling station. Sawmill. Sawmill. Paper factory. Sawmill. What is this? It's the paper factory. So this must be... It is. Okay. So the crazy thing is, right here, it says that we're 69% complete with this contract, but technically, we have to take it to the sawmill, not the paper factory. So is that going to hurt our pay? I have to imagine that it's going to. Damn it, Noah, with your dumb mustache. Hey, you know what? That's on us. Because we don't pay attention to the contract details. That's on us. We need to turn here. Pretty sure that was our turn. I think we did that the other night. We kept going straight and we ran into the end of the map. Thinking we were going the right way, but we weren't. I wonder, though, if we take the rest of these logs down to the sawmill, do we still complete the contract? I feel like we got to take this load to the sawmill because that's where the contract wants us to take it anyways. We've already done enough damage by taking it to the paper factory when it wasn't supposed to go to the paper factory. So the sawmill all the way down on the other side of the map. And this is contract 11, correct? Farmland 20. Selling station sawmill, which is down here. Okay. We're just going to take it to the sawmill. Hopefully we can avoid making Noah upset as he sits and like curls his mustache more. Alright, sawmill should be coming up on our left here shortly. Where is the entry to the sawmill, though? That's the question here. feel like maybe it's down here just a little bit more. Yeah, this looks like it's it right here. That looks promising. Is this one of these ones where you just kind of got to like back into the water and then unload? This is like Silver Run. This is kind of like the sawmill that is on Silver Run. Is my guess. So basically... And then we should be able to unload. Z. Or not. Or not. Okay, we'll just, you know, no big deal. We'll just load them back up. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Okay, it wants us to deliver these to the sawmill. Where are we dropping these off at said sawmill? There has got to be another point somewhere. Is it really? Is it up here? Is this where they would rather us dump this stuff off at? Where? Oh, there's our twin. That must be Noah. We'll remember to punch him straight in the mouth before we leave here. Maybe we don't have to unload them all the way into the water. Maybe we can just unload them right into this area right here. That's not looking like it's it either. Yo, where do we unload these logs at to complete this contract? I really feel like there's got to be something that maybe we're missing. Yep, there it is right there. There it is. All right, let's see how much money we've made. Wow, it actually gave us all the money for it, even though we took half of his lumber to a different location where it didn't need to go. Okay, we're done with that. Now, the remaining, the paper factory, the sawmill. Okay, 2 to the sawmill, which are, one of them's not that far from the sawmill, and the other one is Farmland 92, so it's over here. Man, it's a lot of off-roading to get to that location. That's the only problem with this. That is, this one here, the other night when we were live streaming, that was a little tough to get to. Little tough to get to. But I got to be honest with you, chat. I think it might be time to switch over to some FS22. Doing all this work with lumber is making me really, really miss Silver Run. Yeah, and perfect timing, because we just got our truck stuck anyways. So, you know what? No better time than the present. Let's make a change. Let's make a change. All right, I'm going to throw you on the pause screen here just real quick, but we're going to jump on over to FS22. Load some stuff up. Get back into the dark forest. Oh, chat, just listen to the old school, or I shouldn't even say old school. Jesus, acting like this game's like a decade old. But just listen to the menu music of FS22. Man, if that is not just a nostalgic feel, that is insane. Crazy. Downloadable content, I'm sure, I am absolutely positive we have a ton of updates to do on FS22. I mean, look at all of this. All of this. Tons and tons of updates to do. So let's get some of these updates ran. It's gonna probably take us a little while to get through all of these, especially like the map ones, but thankfully what I don't see is I don't see Dark Forest on here needing an update, so that's a positive thing. Course play. Probably should have went ahead and ran all these updates the other night when I fired up FS22, but I didn't think that much about it. But now that we're here, we might as well get it done. Man, I forget how many of these that we actually had. So many mods installed on FS22, it was ridiculous. And the crazy thing is I have a fraction of the amount of mods installed as probably a lot of other players do. Oh, didn't want to do that. All right, Elma, Missouri, I'm going to skip the update on that. And I was pretty sure I already queued all of these for update as well, too. So you're telling me that once I back out of the screen, the pending update goes away. I kind of wish once you fired the game up that these updates would just automatically run, if I'm being completely honest. I should probably read what some of these updates have done, but I can do that off stream. Skipping Elma, don't need to update that right now. I wonder too, does the Elma update require a new game save? Yep, requires a new save. Bummer. All right, not horrible. Some of these I don't even remember like why I would have installed them. Dang, I did it again. Yeah, we have a good handful. Oh, no way. No Man's Land needs an update. No new game save required. Oh, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Black River. I forgot about that map as well, too. That's a sharp looking map as well. We'll have to go check that one out. It's been a minute since I've seen the Black River map, but it's really nice. I don't want to do any of the map updates currently, though, just because they take a little bit longer than the rest of these do to get through. But we'll finish up the last few that we have here, and then we're gonna jump into probably gonna take a look back at some of the work that we've done in the past on this game. And then we're gonna get into Silver Run. So it's been, we need to load into Dark Forest. I want to see all of the work that we had done on Dark Forest. And now that I've been away from Dark Forest for so long, I feel like when we do jump back in and we see everything that we had done, we're gonna, like, we're gonna have a higher level of appreciation for all of the work that we put out on Dark Forest. All right, power tools, fermenting silo. Should almost be through all of these. Yep, we're close. That one, the balers with the windrows on the front. Man, what a great mod that was. The Better Contracts mod is absolutely amazing. There's so many things here that I, like, now that I see it, I really hope that they bring it back to, all right, so all of these are pending. Which one's taking, like, so long to actually download? I guess which one is downloading right now? Are none of these downloading right now? That's fantastic. That's great. But we can go through and see, like, all of these different mods, and these aren't even all of them. There are some mods that I grabbed straight from the mod hub back when I was on FS22 a lot. But I'm really curious to see, like, what new maps are out. So that one for me is new. Freshwater Island Survival, huh? That does not, I gotta just be honest, that just doesn't look fun. Arkansas of American, huh? New American. Okay. Yeah, there's been a lot of new stuff dropped. I'm trying to figure out, so I think the memory was on here back when I was still playing FS22. Greenwood Forest. Grasslands 22 is still on here. Wow, Mars, huh? Okay. All right, we got creative with FS22 at one point in time. Millennial Farms, looks like we're over in Minnesota here. Let's check out this Minnesota farm. This looks like it's actually got some good ratings. That's a big map. It's a big map. A lot of good field size. Homestead Economy. Alma, Missouri. So this is about where I kind of stopped playing FS22 for a while. So some of these all look familiar. So Riverview Farm, Eastern North Carolina was out there when I was still playing FS22. How are our updates doing? Why are none of these updated? All right, let's go back in here. And maybe we just overloaded the game by trying to do so many updates all at one time. Other than that, I'm gonna say forget it. I'm not gonna worry about running updates if none of these are gonna work. I don't know why, it's just pending. Okay, we're not gonna worry about it. All right, so taking a look at everything that we had as far as save games. So I think this Western Wilds right here, I forget what I was doing with this one. I think this was I can't remember if this was a series on the channel or not. I don't think I had ever done a Western Wilds series on the channel. I had a whole entire idea for the Western Wilds. Like, I was gonna do a story that kind of led into the series that I had planned out for the channel. Matter of fact, that's what I was doing right here with the Western YouTube. This was gonna be the content series that I was gonna bring to the channel. So we'll go ahead and we'll load into this one. This game save uses downloadable content which is not installed. If you continue, some vehicles will not be available. Super person and enhanced loan system. Why do I not have enhanced loan system installed? Really? Oh, you know what? It's probably because it's one of the many updates that I need to do. Did I get rid of the enhanced loan system? And why? Why would I have gotten rid of the enhanced loan system? For whatever reason, I did it. Oh, you know what? I think I deleted it because I was not using it for... Yeah, something's up with my mods right now because none of these are updating. Anyways, it's not like we're actually going to play it, so it's fine. Deselect all. Select all. So the story was going to be on this one here for the Western Wilds playthrough that we, like, are a family member of ours who owned a ranch who fell into like poor health and then eventually passed away, had left us with an inheritance of a little bit of money and also this, like, the entire ranch. And it was going to be our job to, like, we were going to take over the ranch, we were going to get into farming, and we basically had to do like the ranch rebuild. And that was going to be, of course, okay, what is up with FS22 right now in the mods on here? Everything's kind of bugged out a little bit. But anyways, we were going to come in, take over the ranch, and we were going to work on like doing a bit of like a rebuild, if I am not mistaken. Now, the equipment that is here, I am fairly confident this is the equipment that you start with on Western Wilds. So I had not gotten to the point yet. As you can see, we're still in August, and I have all this money. I use like the Easy Dev mod to kind of set up the financials and to do everything that I need to do around the map and kind of set the story up. Let's see if I can remember how to do all this. Flight mode, yes, and on. The player, I want to take the running multiplier to 10 times. Got it, perfect. And we need to probably turn on the running multiplier. There we go. So now I should be able to kind of fly around the map. So what I was going to do is, like, I was going to pre-place fields kind of all around the map, which is what you see that I had started here. And then the ranch rebuild was going, I started to kind of build like a little city over here, put some houses down. We were going to have production points that were going to be in place already. And then this over here would be the, like, I guess, falling apart ranch that our family member had left us. And you can see here, like, the house is all boarded up. So we would have had to have basically over time earned money, came over here, rebuilt this whole entire area, and turned this into our ranch, if you will. I had a whole entire story. Like, I even started typing it out just so like I could have something to use as a bit of a script, just to kind of help keep the story going. But you can see we got some sell points that were down in here. I hadn't gotten to the point of putting productions down, but Western Wilds is just like such a cool map just in the way it's designed, because I do have a couple productions down back over here. I did some roadways all through here, just trying to figure out how things were going to look. And I wanted to have part of the map open and available to do forestry on, which was going to be basically this whole entire back half of the map was going to be like a forestry area, might be a few additional productions back here. the majority of the fields were going to be kind of over here, maybe some more like townhouse areas here, and some more productions maybe along this row over here, couple back over in there. And then this whole area here was also going to be converted to like farmland and fields. But yeah, Western Wilds was just like such a good idea for a map. And the other playthrough that I have of Western Wilds I really enjoyed. I have to load that one up as well and take a peek at that and see what progress we had made on that one. Because I see I have 28 hours played in it. And if it's the same Western Wilds that I'm thinking of, I think that this was where I initially started streaming Farming Simulator, was on this rendition of Western Wilds right here. I'll know as soon as I see it. I actually think this Western Wilds was part of one of our 12-hour streams that we did on the channel. I think we did a 12-hour stream after we got 500 subs and we became a YouTube partner. We did a 12-hour stream just to kind of celebrate that milestone. Which, by the way, once we hit 1,500 subs, we're going to do another 12-hour stream. And we're going to celebrate and have a good time with that as well. Now, this one here, I think I'd already built or already rebuilt the ranch house. I can tell just by looking at the front of this house that it is exactly what I'm thinking it is. It is the version of Western Wilds that we first ever really started to do our live streams on the channel. It absolutely is. So now you can actually kind of see, though, how differently the map looks after having been worked a little bit. So we started to do some cultivation here on this field. We have another field here. We hadn't done anything with this whole entire area yet. And as I mentioned in the last little preview, that starting farm area is in fact right here, if you're doing a new farmer start on Western Wilds. We had the same approach. We were kind of building like a little community area and kept all of our fields relatively close to the house. So we've got some fields down here. I think this is our little grape orchard over here. Grass field, if I'm not mistaken, there. And then we have a massive cow barn that we threw down just for the fact of doing some dairy products and stuff like that. This holds, I think we have 180. Yeah, everything on here is like completely full. But yeah, this is one of the first ever Farming Simulator like gameplays I did for a live stream right here. Oops, forgot to mention too, we have another field right across the river from us. And we were just slowly kind of working on expanding our way out. We was going to build some, like, again, we were going to put some more fields in over here, some more productions. At this point in time, though, on the Farming Sim game, I didn't do any sort of forestry work. None. Western Wilds, though, man, it really brings back a lot of memories. Let's see what else we have on here. Oh, yeah, our No Man's Land role play. Oh, man. And then we have, so the role play, I'm trying to think of where that one would have started. So the last time we played it was over a year ago. The last time that we did the Let's Play was, wow, 2022. Talk about taking a break from the game, yeah. Let's see. Dark Forest, the next chapter. We're going to get into that here just shortly. I'm really curious to get back in there. A little bit of a blast from the past on that one. Frankenmuth Farms is a series on the channel, a series that has no ending. Elma, Missouri. We did some more live streams on Elma, Missouri. That was a fun map to play as well. Bucks County, that was also a series on the channel. And then Silver Run. It is heartbreaking to see that the last time that we played Silver Run was in November of 2023. But if I'm being completely honest, chat, the reason why that took place is because we went into Dark Forest. So let's check this out real quick. I'm actually very excited to go check this out and to see the progress that we made. We may end up hanging out in Dark Forest here for a little while. So I'll explain the whole premise behind Dark Forest once we get in here as well. This was a very unique map, and it led to a very unique idea. And this is where I was saying earlier when we were in FS22, like, there's really just no wrong way to play the game, right? You can do farming, you can do, like, you can work with animals, you can just drive equipment around if that's really all you want to do. But you can also get pretty into the logging adventure in FS22 as well. So we step out here. Nothing really looks too crazy. We have our equipment over here, which this John Deere is the turbo, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this thing flies. This thing goes so fast. We got ourselves a little log cabin here in the woods. And you're probably thinking right now, like, well, Misled, that's really not that impressive. Like, what's so unique about Dark Forest? Like, what were you doing? So first and foremost, we're only in year 2. But let's take a look at some of the things that we did in Dark Forest. So as we leave the house here in our speedy tractor, this thing just absolutely flies. So we pop out here and we see that we have a small, like the starting of a town area. This right here is by default the farm shop. This is your tractor shop where you can buy your new vehicles from. So we were working around here. We're gonna put some houses down. And then once you leave this area here, we jump into this little trailway here, and we have a bit of a field here with the well, kind of forgot that we had the extended straw crops on. Yeah, that's a lot of straw there. And then as we continue to move through, I will also share with you guys the things that we had to do on our own that are not a part of the base game map itself. Which I almost want to say that this roadway is something that we had to do on our own. I almost feel like this roadway is not something that's normally here, but it very well could be. It very well could be. This road right here, however, right through the middle of the map, is not here. So in order to put this road down, our whole idea, and I'll do a flyover of the map for those that may be unfamiliar with Dark Forest, the next chapter. We are building out everything. So we had to literally come in here and clear out this whole entire area of trees in order just to put this roadway down. It took us quite a while just to make this roadway because it was just littered with trees. Now you can see over here we have we have the Silver Run Market over here. We have another production point over here. I forget what that production point is. That is, what in the world is this one? Oh yeah, the iron furnace, because we needed the iron furnace for some other things that we were going to be getting ready to do. Plus, it just makes you some good money. There's our tree harvester. You come over here. And this whole area right here, where this field is located, this big sunflower field, let me go ahead and let's get some flight mode engaged here. And let's kick up the running multiplier. This whole entire area where this sunflower field is planted was all trees. So the idea with Dark Forest was, as I zoom out here and I do a flyover of the map, everywhere you look is just trees. We literally needed to farm the whole entire map, harvest trees, cut stuff down, sell the wood, do all that work just to make these areas. Now, this area here is a wide open area when you first start. I think by default, the sawmill is here. But beyond that, there's not much else here. I think it's initially just a wide open dirt area, if I'm not mistaken. So we threw the grass down. We have a little bit of a sell everything point over here. And then we should have another road that kind of branches off this way. And meets us back up at the fuel station. And then one of my favorite productions in all of Farming Simulator is this shop right here in front of us. This right here is probably one of the coolest things that we could have. And that is the piano shop, where we can deliver wood in the form of planks. And you can build pianos. I was just gonna let the music play for a little bit coming out of the piano, just for some of the appreciation of what is in here. You can slowly watch as the piano is being built. It's kind of weird how it starts off because you just have little casters down here initially, and then slowly it turns into the bench, and then eventually it turns into a whole entire piano. Super awesome. Dark Forest was just so much fun, and it's such a bummer that I kind of broke away from content creation when I did, because Dark Forest was really starting to build a lot of momentum on the channel as far as live streams were concerned. But I'm going to be honest with you, like, I truly feel like FS22 right now would probably be a little bit more entertaining to play than FS25, and I think it's mainly just because I have so much time put into FS22. You know, not nearly as much time as some other content creators will have, but for me, this is a game that I put a lot of time and a lot of energy into, and in a way, it's like coming back to the game is kind of like bittersweet, because I've truly missed the game. But I've also like done so much with this game as far as like trying to get my YouTube channel started and creating content, doing videos, the live streams, you name it. Like a lot of time and a lot of energy went into this. So picking up where we left off, I think our next move here would be to most likely go ahead and do another field area, probably about right where I'm standing at. This is probably the area right here that I would consider to clean out next, and then put another field in. And then probably we would have to, from there, determine what direction we'd want to start moving with everything. I would like to put like some more cell stations in, or cell points in throughout here, and then figure out where we want to branch out to next. And that was such the cool thing about like doing this again. It was just kind of a create your own adventure type deal. You could go wherever you wanted to with the map. You could be as scarce as you wanted to with putting fields in, and just maintain some forestry type stuff. Put a few production points down. Just put down fields that you know that you need to have as far as productions are concerned, and then just go from there. Like I could literally stop here with Dark Forest and probably still make a ton of money. I mean, if we take a look at the financials here on this farm, we did so much. Like we were making some great money, and as of late, it looks like June was our most profitable month, because we sold $345,000 worth of product. We've already sold $260,000 worth of product in July, 168 in May, 107 in April. So the map was just very lucrative to make a lot of money off of, because selling wood is just completely a broken process for making money in this game. And then especially if you're starting to build pianos, if we take a look at, I think pianos are on here as far as a price is concerned, but like paper rolls, we've been selling a lot of paper rolls. Let's see, what else do we have on here? Iron ore, like I said, doesn't sell for a ton, but there's other productions that you can put down that utilize iron ore to make other things, like metal. I believe you can start to use iron ore for, and it sells for a fair price. Let's see if we can find our piano on here. This is one thing that I never really truly liked about FS22, is the fact that their menu items were never like in alphabetical order. I don't know if it actually will list the price for the pianos, though. That's the only thing that I'm not too certain about. Yeah, I remember getting started on Dark Forest, and what we would do is we would cut trees down, and we'd come over here and we would sell them at the Sell Everything station. Then we would later on put the sawmill down in order to make the planks that we needed. And then once we had planks, we started taking them over to the piano shop. We started having the piano built. We put the paper factory down. Like we were buying all sorts of productions. Really, really just miss it. Like I said, probably going to set up a time to where we come back into Dark Forest and we start doing some work here. Like I said, it was a great live stream series. Chat was actively involved in how we were doing things or what to do next, and everyone had great suggestions for, like, you know, what production points to put down, what types of fields to put, you know, what we should do with certain open areas of the map. And then last but not least, certainly not least, is another fantastic map that really changed the way that I play FS22. And that is none other than Silver Run. Vehicle auto load package requires interactive productions. Do you want to download all available mods from ModHub? Yes, sure. But it's not gonna. Okay, it is downloading. All right, good, perfect. Are the updates downloading now? Update. Okay, now they're starting to download. I think I just had too many of them going at one time for them to download. Not that I'm gonna sit here and do them all over again. But anyways, let's go into Silver Run. Super Person, don't care. I just downloaded this. There we go. Silver Run 4. So the backdrop of this loading screen is one of my favorite loading screens I've ever seen to date in Farming Simulator. This is amazing. So chat had completely talked me into trying Silver Run Forest. This is not, it's not a map that you get from the mod hub. They actually ended up dropping this in with one of the, I think it was the premium pass, the platinum version of the game. It was a DLC map that they ended up releasing later on in the life cycle of FS22. I had zero interest in logging. I did not want to do any sort of forestry work on Farming Simulator. I didn't care to do it. I didn't want to learn how to do it. Just did not care. Chat actually talked me into it. They were like, man, you need to try it. It's so much fun. Like, go to Silver Run, play Silver Run. So here we are. This is the progress that we had made to date on Silver Run. Go ahead and let's get everything kicked off here with some flight mode, some running multiplier. So we built our own house up here. We put down a pool, got a nice little fenced in yard. We got a nice little barn over here. The one thing I do not like about the barn, though, it's not very big. We have the trailer over here that we utilize to move our equipment around. And we have our nice truck right there. I love that truck. That thing is awesome. This right here, just a wide open pasture, really does not do anything for us. Matter of fact, I forget what this even is or why it's even there. What in the world did we have in this? There was, oh yeah, that's right. It's like a, yes, it's a mobile wood cell station, I think. But you can, I think you can store stuff in it and then sell it all at one time. And then you can pick it up and carry it around. So one of the coolest things about Silver Run that I did not know when I first started this is they introduced like some very different style missions on Silver Run. And once I learned about this and learned what I needed to do, this is where I really, really started to fall in love with Silver Run. So this roller coaster rebuild, as you can see, is contingent upon us completing different, I guess, requirements, different phases of this being completed, which forces you to utilize a lot of the productions around the entire map. Everything from planks, staircase railing, prefab walls, floor tiles, metal, everything that's required to rebuild this roller coaster. We've made it through a few phases of the project itself. And then we can come over here to this boat barn. And in here is kind of the same exact thing. We're rebuilding a boat, basically. And I feel like we're a pretty good amount of way into this boat rebuild here, which is nice. So it just gave you like different purpose for wanting to play the game. A lot of your productions that produce things that are required for the rebuilds are all over here. And the primary, I do not feel like, did we put all of this stuff down or is that here by default? I feel like that's here by default. I don't think I would have cleared that area out just to put a pavilion and a playground in. But yeah, so we started off just absolutely logging everything away. This whole area right here, I'm pretty sure, I think we logged all of this out. And then the sawmill over here is absolutely phenomenal. You can just back up right into the water, deposit your logs, They go up this little lift and into the sawmill, and you can come around here to the other side. And this is where all of your product will be placed at that you can start to pick up and deliver out to other places that it needs to go. Yeah, Silver Run was just phenomenal. So much fun. So much fun on Silver Run. Really brings back, like, really brings back a lot of memories. Ton of memories. But yeah, this whole area right here, we logged all of this out. This is all originally covered in trees. And we just slowly came in here and cleaned this whole area out. Because initially, I think your house was up here on top of this hill. If I'm not mistaken. I think that's where we originally started at. And then once we just cleaned out this area here, I figured this looks like a really nice place to start to build a house. So we just, we cleaned out some land and we started putting a house down in there. Now, Silver Run's a little bit more difficult. I shouldn't say difficult, but just a little bit more challenging to log because the terrain is completely, it's not flat. It's not as flat as Dark Forest is. Dark Forest is primarily pretty flat, so it's a lot easier to maneuver around. Field-wise, I think we put this whole entire field in ourselves. I don't think this is originally a field. There are a few fields that are built into the map here. Matter of fact, I know that we plowed this one in because it doesn't have a field number on it. But fields 1 and 2, and I think honestly, I think that's it. I think there's only actually 2 fields. Oh, there's a wheat field over here, out in the distance. My dog is slowly bringing up all of her rope toys into this room because, for whatever reason, anytime I'm either down in my basement or I'm up here in my computer room, she like gets anxious with me after a while, and it's like I could be up here for 30 minutes. Like literally, I will be like giving her all sorts of love and attention right before I start live streaming. I'll take her outside. I'll give her a I can't say the word out loud, so I'll just spell it out. SNACK, which she loves. And I'll be like, okay, you know, we're gonna go upstairs. We're gonna get some live stream going. And 30 minutes later, she's starting to bring rope toys up here, and like just try to climb up on my lap while I'm playing. And it's like, good Lord, girl, I've only been up here for 30 minutes. You're gonna be all right. But yeah, that's Silver Run in a nutshell. Really miss it. Like I said, it just makes me want to come back and really play out some FS22 again. Just kind of go back to where everything started. The game's so nostalgic for me. Like this game right here is what got us partnered on YouTube. This is where we built our phenomenal community that we have. This is where the Misled Plays Discord was born. This is a lot of the people that show up in the chat during live streams currently. This is where it all started. This is where it all started. It's a big blast from the past here. Hit you right in the feels, man, to see where everything kind of started out at. Hey, so I understand this has been a kind of a very mellow live stream. We didn't really get much gameplay in tonight. I've kind of gotten lost in just relishing in the past and items of that nature. But let me know. I'm going to post to the community page on the channel here in the near future. I'd like to take a poll and see what people would like to see here in the near future, whether it's FS25 or FS22. And we'll just go from there. Like, I still really thoroughly enjoy FS22. Like, even just getting back into it. I see, like, as far as the UI is concerned, obviously there's a lot of difference between 22 and 25, but gameplay wise, it's going to feel identical. It's going to feel the exact same. It's going to feel the exact same. The premise of the game is still the same. So keep an eye out on the community page. Like I said, if you're not subbed, feel free to drop a sub here. We're live streaming more frequently. And eventually we're going to get back into making videos. We're going to get back into making some farming simulator content. We're going to get back into what we enjoy doing, and that's having some fun, doing some content creation. Sub to the channel if you like some farming simulator content. It's completely free to sub. If you want to support the channel further than that, you can even become a channel member. Channel memberships start at 99 cents. 99 cents. right? That's it. You get to use some special emotes. And I don't do any of this stuff either where I do like members only live streams or nothing like that. But you know, yeah, you never know. Maybe in the future we'll do some like member appreciation live streams where only members can talk in the chat. And if people want to further support the channel while they're checking it out, feel free to do so. Feel free to do so. But I appreciate everybody that came out for the live stream tonight. Again, bit of a quick one. Didn't really get too much done here, either on FS25 or over on FS22. But nonetheless, love and appreciate all you guys that continue to support the channel, support the content, show up to the live streams. Let me know that you're there in the chat. Really appreciate that as well. And with that, y'all, keep an eye on the community page for the announcement of the next live stream. And if you are not a member of the Misled Plays Discord, hopefully we can get you a link in the chat. Probably not. I think that is that. Oh, nope. There it is. Right there. Right there is the Discord link. You can join that. Steve Schmidt, man, I appreciate it. I feel like it was a very lackluster stream. I didn't really do a whole lot. Just kind of got lost taking a trip down memory lane for the most part. But stay tuned. Like I said, community page, I'll put a poll up. We'll see what game we play next, whether it's going to be FS25 or FS22. I really feel like we're going to go back to the Dark Forest on FS22 and continue our process of converting that forestry map into a farming map. That was just a lot of fun. Hell, I think one time I just accidentally streamed for like almost 7 hours one night on that map. Completely got lost in time. But with that, guys, longest outro ever. Appreciate everyone that dropped by for the stream tonight. Thank you for the continued support. Really appreciate it. Be sure to sub to the channel. Join the Discord if you haven't joined already. And we'll catch you in the next stream. Later.